Hello, beautiful people. It's Marcia, and today we're gonna be talking about trust. So, trust is a human feeling, and it can be built slowly, like building blocks. And You won't trust a stranger ultimately without knowing their intention. And normally, you start trusting someone after some time that you've been knowing this person. In a relationship, after going out with a person once or twice, you cannot give all your trust that this person is actually a good person and you can trust him with all your heart. Because if you do trust them, actually what you are doing is this: you're putting them on a pedestal, and then you won't realize their mishaps, because you are seeing only the good things, and you don't know their true self ultimately. Trust is in every human relationship, as in friendship and also in a relationship, and there are different types of trust. Not actually different types of trust, but different type of friendships. There are the friends that you just say hi to. There is which is the acquaintance. And then there are friends that you talk to normally, like most of the time. But also there are friends that there are closest friends and that you can rely on, and you know that if you trust them with a secret, they won't go around and tell everyone about the things that you actually discussed with them. So that is the difference. You won't go and tell a secret to the person that you just say hi, because you don't know how this person would react ultimately. So when the trust is broken, it's difficult to be rebuilt. It is different than actually building trust the first time, because since they were trusted you and you actually made them question it, it is far more difficult to regain that trust back. And after the trust in the relationship has been severed, it is difficult for the person that was suffering the lack of trust to regain the trust back. For example, if this partner is cheated, then the other person cannot expect that they would be exactly the same as how they were before in the relationship, but it takes time, and trusting is a process which they have to endure, and they must be patient and understanding of their partner. When a partner is cheated on before in another relationship, but not a present relationship, it is hard for that person to let go. And if there is not any help, and there are actually catered for self-help and maybe going to a counselor or someone that can help them, it can also happen again in the next relationship, or else if it is not there, it will make the other person very uncomfortable and make them question their relationship, because most of the time these people will be obsessive to check the phones, and the other person won't understand, because it's not fair that if you had some issue in the previous relationship, it goes in the next relationship and to your relationship if you never have cheated actually. So we have to keep in consideration our partners as well. Ultimately, the lack of trust is the lack of consideration of the partner that is actually doing the trust not happening. Like, for example, cheating. Basically, if the person is going to cheat, it's actually out of lack of consideration for the other partner. And for friendship, for example, if they are telling you some secret, it is of the utmost importance for that person that you actually keep the secret, not go out and tell everyone about the secret. We have to the thing is this: when you do something that will trigger the lack of trust in someone else, generally will happen because they're concentrating on their point of view and won't view the issue from the other person's side of view, the other person's perspective. Ultimately, we also need to be trust in ourselves that we are actually going to choose wisely and correctly, and do not doubt ourselves. We need to allow ourselves to make mistakes too, and know that if you actually trust someone, you will not do it blindly, and we need to reshift our thinking in order to be a healthy person. Ultimately, if you are in an abusive relationship and you are trusting this person to change, it's really difficult, and if the person does this once, don't wait for the things to change. Get out of the relationship, especially if there are children involved.